COVID-19 pandemic, geographical tensions, climate change, and tightening monetary policies in the advanced economies affected productivity, brought supply chain disruptions, decreased forex liquidity, and the slowdown of our economy's activities at large. As a result, the global economic growth is estimated to have been weakened in the 2023 than in 2022. The Bank of Tanzania has been doing various efforts to rescue our economy and support your businesses here in Tanzania so as to at least move forward peacefully and address those challenges. The World Bank estimates that the global economy to have grown by 2.6% in 2023 from 3.3% in 2022. Similarly, the IMF estimated the growth rate of 3.1% in 2023 from 3.5% in 2022, while the OECD estimated the growth rate of 2.9% in 2023 from 3.3% in 2022. It is further projected that the global growth will remain weak in 2024, reflecting the largest impact of the monetary policy tightening, the geographical tension, the climate change effects, and economic uncertainties across the globe. These numbers do not give us room to rest, but rather to work hard to make sure that our economies continues to recover and our financial sector remains stable. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to note that the performance of our economy here in Tanzania is relatively good as compared to most of our regional peers. But the above statistics on declined global economic growth presents a challenge to all of us. It is true that we had average output growth of 5.3% in the first 3 quarters of the year 2023, and annual headline inflation of 3%, and the private sector credit growth of 17.1% in 2023. However, our external sector continued to face the headwinds of global shocks, leading to unfavorable terms of the trade. In view of this, the challenge at hand is to focus on internal measures that can support our people to be more productive and reduce economic dependence. To be more specific, this call for export growth and import substitution initiatives, which cannot succeed without a vibrant and inclusive financial sector. Therefore, financial inclusion is key to sustainable economic growth, especially if the focus on providing customer-centric products and services to the existing customers while striving to reach the uncertainty and reach to support and safety groups. As alluded in the National Financial Inclusion Framework 3, which you might be aware that we launched it last year in 2023 and will be under implementation for 5 years up to 2028. there were around about 5 groups which are still underserved and are considered as a priority segments here in Tanzania. And these groups is the one for women, another one for youth, another one for micro, small and medium enterprises, another one for persons with disabilities, and another group is for smallholder farmers and fishers. I believe if these groups will be included in the financial systems by addressing the barriers to access and usage, we will experience high economic growth. I hope that we will discuss in this forum on how to unlock the barriers to usage and access of financial services amongst these groups, propose vivid solutions, and thereafter take appropriate actions as soon as possible. Myself, together with my colleagues from the Bank of Tanzania, as a regulator of the sector, we would like to register our commitment and the full support towards the implementation of various solutions that will be brought from this discussion, particularly for this gathering today. And get assurance from all of us that we'll continue supporting your sector to ensure that you operate or conduct your businesses, support our economy in a very smooth environment. Ladies and gentlemen, it pleases me to note that fiscal survey of 2023 indicated that formal financial inclusion grew from 65% in 2017 to 76% in 2023. Although this performance is commendable, but we still have room to do better. This is particular when you look at the numbers of the banking sector, whereby only 22% were using formal banking services in 2023, leaving mobile financial services to be the main contributing to the sector inclusion. While we recognize the importance of mobile financial services, I think it is high time to also focus on growth and growing numbers of the banking sector. I hope that this conference will deliberate on this aspect in detail and come up with appropriate measures that will enable us as the Bank of Tanzania to also look on the appropriate ways to continue supporting the financial inclusion. One thing is worth noting at this juncture, and that is the cost of financial services, be it at the banking charges, transaction costs, or lending rates. I see this as a barrier to financial inclusion, as well as burden and even a cause of poverty to our people. I urge all of us here today to consider this matter in our discussions and propose appropriate measures to curb it. On the side of the government, we are now having in place the Tanzania Instant Payment System, the TIPS, whose aim is to enable interoperability and lower the transaction cost. We have finished phase 1 and phase 2 of the TIPS development, and we are now embarking on phase 3 and thereafter on phase 4. I call upon all the financial sector players to support these initiatives and collaborate with the Bank of Tanzania for the best interest of our beloved country. Ladies and gentlemen, It is undeniable that the technology have played and it is still playing a critical role in the financial inclusion in the contemporary world. This goes hand in hand with creativity and innovation in the financial sector. At the moment, we have no choice. It is either we accept it to cope with the new technology and succeed, or rather remain conservative and stay behind. Therefore, I urge you to continue with the discussion that it should also include the aspects of financial technology and look more on how we can embrace it to our advantage while managing the risks associated with it, including the cybersecurity risks. I have also noted that there will be a discussion on environmental, social, and the governance issues in relation to sustainable financial inclusion. This is another important aspect during the discussion, which I hope particularly that you'll get more discussion, and wherever possible, you can also look on other near or neighboring countries on how they have managed to address this, or if there are any